Hello, me TBDs. Welcome back to my channel. We are doing another Wear Test Wednesday. It is currently 7:57. I have the Bite Beauty Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer for normal to oily skin. Now, I did get this in a sample. I was like, I'm at the store. I don't know if I want to purchase this item, but I can get a sample of it. So this is the sample that I have to work with. I will insert a picture of what the primer looks like. Sometimes I like doing this. Sometimes I like having the actual packaging. Let me know what you guys prefer. I get the vibe that like you guys are okay with trying out samples without having, you know, the whole package in front of me, but let me know that if you prefer me doing videos like this in the future where it's only like having the full packaging, or if you guys are okay with samples as well. So this product retails for $38. You get 1 ounce of product. Right now it has 4.5 stars, which is pretty good. It says it's a clean, high performance primer with skin optimizing technology to neutralize your skin type and grip foundation for flawless lasting wear. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you're enjoying the Wear Test Wednesdays, give me a thumbs up so I know. There are 2 primers in this line. There's normal to dry skin, there's normal to oily skin. It does have the clean label on Sephora. It says that it has willow bark, hyaluronic acid complex, olive oil, and maca berry. Olive oil is supposed to help boost hydration. Interesting. Okay, 100% of the users agree this primer doesn't pill. 100% of the users agree this primer absorbs quickly. 100% of the users agreed the primer feels weightless. Basically everyone in these clinical results like this primer. It does not say that it 100% says it controls oil. It just says how it feels going on. But here is, like I said, the little sample that I got. I'm going to see you guys a little bit closer. We can get to putting on the primer. I don't have anything on my skin right now. This is what the primer looks like. It's white. That is what the primer looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that. If you guys don't know, I do Wear Test Wednesdays every other week on my channel where I test out a face product that claims to be long lasting or mattifying, or I don't know, just like basically I do a wear test of a product and I wear it for 10 hours and see how it looks at the very end of the day. So it doesn't really smell like anything. It gave me a lot. Like this is a good sized primer. Oh, a little goes a very long way. Okay. I'm starting to put this in my T-zone. Just kind of putting this all over the skin. It is interesting that this primer has hyaluronic acid and mattifying components because normally you don't have both in a primer. My skin is covered with this primer. I still have some left, so that's awesome. I'm going to be able to get another use out of the sample. But here's how my skin is looking. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like it instantly mattified or anything. I can feel it a little on the skin, but my skin does feel very soft. I'm gonna go in with a mixture of the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation and the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. This combination tends to do really well, but this doesn't necessarily change the matteness of the primer. Like it won't change the formula of the primer, but this adds in just a little bit of darkness to this foundation because I got it. It's a little too light for me. So I'm gonna mix those two together and I have pretty good results with both foundations. So if I see that my skin's not holding up very well throughout the day, I'm gonna know it's the primer. The CoverGirl BB cream is also too dark for me, so when I mix it with a lighter foundation like this, it does me good. I'm using a beauty blender to blend out my foundation today. One thing I find interesting about this product is it doesn't claim to help like smooth or blur or fill in your pores at all, which I really, really love those types of primers. If they have that element of it plus a mattifying effect, I really like the primer, but it just claims to be mattifying. I wonder if it's going to work and keep me matte throughout the day, especially since I'm going in with most of the 24-hour Fresh Wear foundation, which does not claim to be matte. It claims to have a natural finish. Oh, I just got hair all over. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say that my pores look minimized, which is kind of a bummer. I like that effect. Here's how my skin looks with the foundations just applied. I will say I have other primers that make my skin look nicer, like more blurred. And I know that this isn't a blurring primer. I'm just kind of comparing it in my head to other primers that I have that are similar. So I do have the Derma Blend one, and that claims to be mattifying and blurring. And my skin doesn't necessarily look matte either. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer. For me, I want a primer that does it all. I want a primer that mattifies and blurs and fills in my pores. I just want that. And I don't see myself using 2 different primers. Like I'm just not, even though I'll use 2 different foundations. That's an interesting realization I just had, but I don't really see myself going in with 2 different primers every day. Like if I'm gonna use a primer, I want it to be the one for me. I want it to do everything that I want in a primer. I don't want to have to go in with multiple different primers, and considering this is a little bit more of an expensive primer, I definitely don't want to have to purchase another one in addition to this. I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is what I use with all my Wear Test Wednesdays, just so I keep it consistent and I know that it's not the powder that's changing like the effect of what I'm trying out. Looking at my skin right now, I think it looks okay. I wouldn't say that it's like anything amazing right now, but if it keeps me really matte throughout the day, that's really what's going to make me like this product. It's currently 8:09, but I finished applying the primer at 8, so I'm gonna call the check-in time 8. I will be right back when I'm done with the rest of my makeup. All right, guys, I am officially done with my makeup. It's now 8:30, but still check-in time is 8 o'clock. Looking at my face, I think it looks fine. Like, I definitely can see my pores right here, and that maybe it just shows how used to pore reducing primers I am and how much I prefer them. My skin looks fine. It looks like matte right now. We'll have to see how it wears. But yeah, here's how my skin is looking. I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything. I just don't think that it looks like amazing and the best it's ever looked. So yeah, we'll have to see how it wears throughout the day. I am gonna work out, so that's gonna be a good test to see like if it's gonna keep me oil free in my workout. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, go throughout my day. I will check back at the very end of the night and show you guys how the primer did. All right, you guys, I just worked out. It's 5:17. I think I may end this Wear Test Wednesday a little early, but I wanted to show you guys how my skin looks like just after working out. I definitely think it did a pretty good job at making me not sweat and oil throughout the day, like make me not super oily. I don't think it's the best primer that I've ever used for a mattifying primer. I definitely pick something for like a blurring and pore reducing primer that mattifies instead. I don't know if it's worth the $38. Sorry if I'm shaking. Yeah, I'd probably pass on this one. I feel like I have primers that make my skin look just a little bit better throughout the day and keep me matte. So yeah, if you guys have tried this primer, let me know that down below. I'm gonna go ahead, wrap up the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.